Good evening and I welcome you students. This is a live webinar students and today we are going to be talking about the MCQ question students on inorganic chemistry in organic chemistry students. And it's like a webinar and is a quiz student. You can participate in this and try to answer as many questions as possible. I will like to give a short introduction. What we mean by inorganic chemistry students. We are going to be talking about the P block elements students. P block elements. What are P block elements students? You know that group number 13 1 2, then group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. In the periodic table students, you are having NS2, NP1, NP2, NP3, NS2, NP3, NS2, NP, and NS2, NP8 students. 6. So this is how the P block element looks like. The last electron is entering into the p subshell students, and you know that what course we have for our 12th CBSE. What we have student, what chapters are coming, group 15 to group 18, you are aware of that. Are you sure? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay, the group 15 elements are which elements students? Can you give me the name of the group 15 elements? I said once you are with me, you are participating in a live webinar student. Your participation is essential. You can keep the NCERT books ready with you and try to consult it and answer as many questions as possible students. It also gives us a good revision of the course. Our attempt is that you should be able to solve all the questions in the coming examinations, and that means you should be able to understand the basic concepts of each and every chapter. What are the elements which are present in group 15 students? Which family is this? Group 15. What is group 15 element student? Nitrogen family. Are you aware
Yes,
of
sir, P
that?
nitrogen.
Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, and bismuth student. You are already aware of this family and you know what is the valence shell electron configuration student. NS2, NP3, and therefore questions will be there. What happens to the atomic sizes, ionization energy, their physical properties, atomic properties, atomicity. Then allotropes could be there in some cases. Catenation could be there. What type of sub compounds they will form students, hydrides, oxides, chlorides, all these. And what are the basic trends in them? Oxidation states student, what oxidation states are exhibited in these. +2, you are having +3, +5. So +3 and +5 common oxidation state student. What happens to the oxidation states as you go down the group? You already studied this. You already studied inert pair effect, how as you go down the group, the lower oxidation state become more stable and higher oxidation state is more stable on the top. Are you aware of all these things? Yes or no? Tell me students.
Yes, sir.
So students, we are already having a feeling that what we are going to be discussing, what type of quiz is coming, what type of MCQ questions are coming, and we can begin our session students, and you will participate in as many questions as possible. Your participation is essential. It helps me also, it helps you also in understanding the question and answering the question students. All right. Okay. So students, we are coming to a question number 1. Which of the following statement is not correct for the nitrogen student? Nitrogen is a P block element. It belongs to group 15. You already know we are talking is group of 15 student, and you have nitrogen as the first element. You are aware of the unique behavior of nitrogen. You know why it is small size, high ionization enthalpy, highly electronegative. Which of the following statement is not correct? Student, when question is given, you should read it very carefully. Here the question is which statement is not correct. Many times the question is which statement is correct. So you are given four statements, students. You have 1 minute to answer the question based on what you have learned in P block elements, which we have already uploaded in YouTube, various lectures on P block elements, student. What are the four choices given, student? D orbitals are available for bonding. Its electronegativity is very high. It is a non-metal. Its molecular size is small. Okay. What answer you are going to give me, students? What is the correct answer, students? Time is running out. You have four choices. Is it a difficult question, students? You are read P block elements. It is not a difficult question at all. What is nitrogen? What is the atomic number of nitrogen? You know which, student? 7. What is the electron configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So d orbitals are available for bonding. Are there any d orbitals in nitrogen? Yes or no, students? Do you have any d orbitals in the nitrogen?
Yes.
Where is the d orbital? This is n equal to 1. First shell, n equal to 2. In the first shell, only one orbital is there. In the second shell, only two orbitals are there, 2s and 2p. Where is the d orbital? The d orbital is not available for bonding. Where is d? There is no d orbital.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, this is a wrong statement, student. So this is not correct. Its electronegativity is high. Is it true? Nitrogen is a highly electronegative element. It is true, student. You should
Yes,
learn
sir.
each and everything. Is it a metal or a non-metal, students? What is nitrogen? This is the first element of the group 15. This is a non-metal. That is also true, students. Its molecular
Yes, sir.
size is small. That is also correct.
Okay.
All these statements are correct. Only the first is wrong. So what we are trying to explain that each and every word which is written, we will like to see the answer. There is no shortcut because in the exam, the questions will be varied. The questions will be changed, students. So there can be many questions similarly based on this. When n is 2, only two orbitals are possible, 2s and 2p. There is no, only when n comes to 3, student, that will be when you come to nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, student. If you come to phosphorus, which has 15, this you have n equal to 3, students. When n is equal to 3, you will have 3s, 3p, and then 3d orbital is also there. It is vacant but available in the case of phosphorus. There is no 2d orbital. So where is the d orbital? There is no d orbital here.
Yes, sir.
You are aware of the result of this, consequence of this. Nitrogen covalency is only 4, student. The covalency of nitrogen is only 4. Oxidation states can be +2, 2 +5. You know about it. There are only 4 orbitals which are available for bonding, 2s and 2p. This is my 2s. So how many questions I am answering in this question? You can see only 4 orbitals are there. So this is your nitrogen, 1, 2, and 3, student. Maximum covalency is 4th. It can form 3 bonds and there will be one lone pair of electron which it can donate to form a coordinate covalent bond. You are aware of that.
Yes, sir.
See that what I am trying to explain, student, you must understand the question and try to answer it. Question number 2 is on the screen, students. Collectively, the elements of group 15 are called, student. Now you have 4 choices. You have 4 choices.
Sir, they are called P nicogens, A part.
P nicogens. So collectively the group 15 elements are called P nicogens. P nicogen student. Okay. They are called P nicogen students.
Yes.
Next question is on the screen, student. Which one of the following element is most metallic? Is the spelling correct, student? Check the spellings. What are the spellings? Because sometimes you see the spellings have to be checked. If there is some mistake in the spelling, then again our answer will be right or wrong, student.
Yes, sir.
So we must check the spelling. I am saying check the spelling, students, for answering the questions. If spellings are wrong, then our answer will also not be correct, student. P block elements, P block element.
Yes, sir.
Next question is coming, student. Which one of the following element is most metallic? Which one of the following element is most metallic? How will you answer such a question, students? What happens to the, what are the elements of the group? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. As you go down the group, what happens, student? The atomic size increases.
Mm,
And what will happen to the down the group? The metallic character will increase or decrease, student? What happens to the metallic character as you go down the group, students?
Sir, it will increase.
Increase. So which will be the most metallic? Which is the most metallic element, student, then? What is the problem now? As you go down the group, metallic character is increasing. Then out of this, which is the most metallic?
Sir, out of these, BI, sir. Bismuth.
Bismuth is the most metallic, student.
Yes, sir.
Bismuth is most metallic element. Next question is coming on the screen, students. Which of the following statement is incorrect for group 15 elements? Incorrect, student. Incorrect, he's saying. Incorrect. Nitrogen is a gas while others are solid. All statements are correct. D. Order of ionization, enthalpy, boiling and melting points increase from top to the bottom, students. Which is the incorrect statement? You have 4 choices, students. Your time is running out, students. Which of the following statement is incorrect for group 15? Dinitrogen is a gas while others are solid. That is a correct statement. Order of ionization is also correct. What about this? Boiling and melting point increase from top to bottom. Is it correct or false, student? This statement is incorrect, student. Answer is A, because he asked what are the incorrect. Which statement is incorrect? Student, read the question carefully whether he is asking correct or incorrect statement. Next question is on the screen, students. Which of the following group 15 forms metallic bonds in elemental state? These are important questions, students. They can be put up in the MCQ form in the coming examinations, and they could be changed also. Questions could be changed. We are trying to discuss different variations of the questions, trying to understand each and every word which is written. Must be able to decode each and every word. Which of the following group 15 form metallic bond, student? What is a metallic bond? Bond will be formed by which element? Which is the metallic element here? Which element is metallic, student? In this case, tell me. Your time is running out, students. Time is running out. We have already answered this question just now. Which is the most metallic element in the nitrogen family? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Which is the most metallic element, students? Bismuth. So which will form metallic bonds? Bismuth, student. So the answer is A. Answer is A, students. Next question. The three most important oxidation states of phosphorus. You have nitrogen, you have phosphorus, you have arsenic, you have antimony, you have bismuth, student, and you have electron configuration. Group 15, NS2, NP3, students. NS2, NP3. Tell me what possible oxidation states are there. Can they gain electron, lose electron? How many they can gain electron? How many they can lose electron? Based on that, student, tell me the answer of question number 6. How many electrons are there in the outermost? This I have written wrong, son. NS2, NP3, students. NS2, NP3. 5 total, 15, 15 minus 10. 5 valence electrons are there. So you are aware of this. How do we do the calculations? NS2, NP3, students. What can happen? What possible oxidation states could be there, student? What important oxidation state of phosphorus, student? It can gain 3 electrons, then minus 3. If it loses 3 electron, plus 3. If it loses 5 electron, plus 5. So you already know phosphorus can show which oxidation state, student? Minus 3 plus 3 plus 5. Which is the correct answer? 4 choices have been given. You are provided with 4 choices. Which is the correct answer, students? Minus 3 plus 3 plus 5. Where is it? Which choice is correct, students? Out of the 4 choices, A, B, C, D. Which is the correct answer? Minus 3 plus 3 plus 5. Minus 3 plus 3 plus 5. So A is the correct answer. Can you give examples of these? Examples, students? Question. If question is given, give example of phosphorus in plus minus 3. +3 and +5 oxidation state. Which example you will give? What is the name of a compound in -3 for phosphorus? PH3. What will be this? PCl3. What is this? PCl5. You already know the phosphorus exit from such compound, student. Hydrides, halides, all these are known for the phosphorus. Any doubt? Any doubt is there, students? It is done. Okay. Next question. Next question is coming, student. Nitrogen is relatively inactive because inactive. What do you mean by inactive, students? Nitrogen doesn't react. Active means it will react. Inactive means it doesn't react. So what we are saying, nitrogen is inert. And you know already that nitrogen is inert because air contains 78% of the nitrogen. It is going inside our body, inhale, exhale. What is happening? Nitrogen is not reacting with anything inside our body. Students, oxygen is responsible for metabolism reaction. You know about it. What answer you are giving? Dissociation energy of molecule is very high, electronegativity is high, low atomic radius, it has stable electronic configuration. Tell me what answer you are giving, students. What is your answer, students? So here, students, you can see that electronegativity is high. That is true. Atomic radius is low is true. Atom has stable electronic configuration is also true. But this is not the reason. This is not the reason that nitrogen is a relatively inactive element. Important point is dissociation energy of molecule is very high. You know that nitrogen forms a triple bond, student. Its dissociation energy is very high. Its dissociation energy is very high. Therefore, it is not going to be active, student. It is inactive. A answer is correct. It is a triple bond and will require very large amount of energy, student, to break this bond. Therefore, the correct answer is A. Next question is coming on the screen. Which of the following has highest p-pi bonding tendency, student? Important question, very important. Such questions are very, very important. P-pi bonding. What is the meaning of p-pi bonding, student? What is p-pi bonding? If I consider a nitrogen, student, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. This is the valence shell, the outermost shell, student. That means you have 2s and 2p. Here you have 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 students. This is one nitrogen. If I have another nitrogen, what will happen? Again, you have 2s and 2p students, another nitrogen. This is, if I consider the spin opposite, student, what will happen? They will form, student, a bond. First bond is sigma bond. This is a sigma bond, student. But after that, what will happen? These will form pi bonds. So here 2p pi of one nitrogen and 2p pi. So if this x is there, then y 2py, y 2py. So this type of bonding which will take place between one and the other, there will be pi bonds. There will be two pi bond, students. This is what we call as p-pi bond. And to be effective, student, if the they are of almost same energy, and students, if they are smaller in size, they will have very effective overlap. So effective p pi overlap is possible in the case of nitrogen student due to its small size. Because the size is small student, these p orbitals are very close, they will effectively overlap. Therefore, highest p pi bonding, which will have highest p pi bonding with the nitrogen, will have student highest p pi bonding due to small size. The effect overlap of 2p pi and 2p pi will be very effective overlap, student, effective overlap. What happens as the size increases, as you go down 3p, 4p, these orbitals are more longer, student. They are more diffused and larger in size, student, then the overlap is poor. Here, p pi overlap will become poor, student, with increase in n value. 4p, 5p, what will happen? That will become poorer. So the maximum and the best p pi p bonding takes place in nitrogen due to its small size. Important question, student. That is why nitrogen is forming a very strong triple bond, student. Whereas phosphorus forms p4, student. They are single bonds. Single bond, students. Because the p pi tendon bond is weak, very weak, because it involves 3p orbital, student, which is larger in size, therefore it will be weak. Next question is on the screen, students. What is the answer? Answer of the next question. Pick out the wrong statement, student. Wrong statements. Catenation tendency is higher in nitrogen when compared with other elements of the same group. Nitrogen has first ionization enthalpy, higher first ionization enthalpy compared with other elements of the same group. Bismuth forms the most metallic element, none of these. You have 4 choices, students. 4 choices have been given. I said we should try to study each and every choice before we answer the question. It is important, student, that we should study each and every choice before we answer the question. What is happening? What is catenation, student? What is catenation? You know, when an element can form bonds with itself, for example, carbon can form long chains, carbon side chain, student, carbon can form cyclic chain. You have seen that. So we say it shows high tendency of catenation, the carbon. We explained to that you in the carbon family, students. But nitrogen exists only as N2 discrete molecule, student. Whereas phosphorus is showing P4. These are single bond, student. See the structure of phosphorus, white and red phosphorus. Therefore, catenation tendency is higher in nitrogen. This is wrong. He has asked what is a wrong statement. This statement is wrong, student. Nitrogen doesn't have catenation tendency. It exists only as N2, students, discrete molecule, N2 molecules. Whereas phosphorus and arsenic, they will exist as P4, AS4, like that. So the first statement is wrong because the question is wrong statement, student. Question must be read very carefully and clearly. Next question is coming on the screen, students. Nitrogen forms N2, but phosphorus is converted into P4 from phosphorus. As I just now told you that nitrogen is existing as this And phosphorus, you have seen P4. The structure of white and red phosphorus, you have seen, student. You have seen the structure of white phosphorus and red phosphorus, students. What is, they are single bond, student. So phosphorus, what is happening in phosphorus? In nitrogen, p pi bonding is strong. Therefore, it forms multiple bond. It forms multiple bond, which is a triple bond here. But in phosphorus, student, p pi bond is weak, because here two p orbitals are involved, 2py and 2py, student, whereas here 3p and 3p, this will be weak, student. This bond is very weak and is not formed, student. Therefore, it shows catenation. Therefore, phosphorus is converted into P4. So what is the correct answer? In phosphorus, p pi p bond is weak, student. In phosphorus, p pi bond is weak. P pi bond is weak in phosphorus. The result of that is phosphorus forms P4. All these questions are important, student, for the exam in organic chemistry. So you should learn how to answer the questions of inorganic. An organic question is based on the correct experimental information. We have to give valid explanations for the question which is given, students. Therefore, we cannot just guess the questions. Make sure you understand each and every word. If you have doubt, each and every word, each and every line of NCRT, we have decoded in our lectures while discussing group 15, group 16, 17, and group 18 elements. This is a very important topic. Lot of questions will be coming in your exam, students, and you have to prepare for it. Prepare for it. That's what we are trying, giving you lot of practice of different type of questions so that you can answer them in the paper. Next question is on the screen, student. What causes nitrogen to be chemically inert, student? What do you mean by chemically inert, student? Nitrogen is chemically inert, high bond energy, none of this, absence of bond polarity, multiple bond formation in the molecule, students. We already answered that question, student. That in nitrogen you have high bond enthalpy. Higher the bond enthalpy, student, what will happen? More energy is required to dissociate. It will become inert. Answer is A, students. Answer is A. Next question is on the screen, students. Among the 15th group, as we move from nitrogen to bismuth, the pentavalency becomes less pronounced and the trivalency becomes more pronounced due to student. What is the reason for this, students? You already know. We already told you nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. What are the possible oxidation states, students? You have -3 plus 3 and +5 are more stable. Upward down the group, what happens, students? As you go down the group, +3 becomes more stable. Why? What happens, student? As you go from antimony to bismuth, you have seen, if you write the electronic configuration, student, 4f subshell is completely filled and the screening of 4f is very poor. And what happens? This is the 4s orbit, then the s orbit, s electrons of the s orbitals, ns2 electrons. They are strongly attracted by the nucleus due to poor shielding of 4f orbitals, poor shielding of 4f orbitals. The result of this is a pair of electron becomes inert and it does not take part in the bonding. This is called inert pair effect. Student, very important. We told you a question will come on that in the exam. Inert pair effect we have discussed with so many times. And a question is expected on inert pair effect. Always there will be a question on that, student. The correct answer, as we move from nitrogen to bismuth, the pentavalency becomes less pronounced. Trivalency becomes more pronounced due to inert pair effect. Correct answer is A, that is inert pair effect. Which effect? Inert pair effect. Student, very important question, very important. Such questions are likely to be asked in the coming paper, student. What is inert pair effect? Next question. Question number 13, students. Pentavalence in phosphorus is more stable when compared to nitrogen, even though they belong to the same group. This is due to presence of vacant d orbitals, reactivity of phosphorus, inert nature of nitrogen, dissimilar electronic configuration. What answer we will give in this case, student? What answers we are going to give? What is the difference? Nitrogen, you have 7. Phosphorus, you have 15. What happens here? 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. You have 2s and 2p. In phosphorus, you have 3s2, 3p, and 3d also available, student. So if the 3d is available, what will happen? You have 3s, you have 3p, and you have 3d. 1, 2, 3. What can happen then? One of the electron can be excited, student. If this electron is excited here, what will happen? Then nitrogen can form pentavalency. Nitrogen can show pentavalency, student, due to presence of vacant d orbital. Nitrogen doesn't have any vacant d orbital. Answer would be the A. Nitrogen does not have any vacant d orbital, student. 2d does not exist. 3d exists. Therefore, here you have orbital which can take an electron, and then 5 unpaired electrons means it can show PCl5 is formed, student. Even PCl6 minus will be formed in the case of phosphorus. It can expand its valency. Phosphorus can expand its valency, students, due to presence of vacant d orbital. Important question. All these questions are important. They can be asked in the paper, student. Note it down. Note it down. Each and every question is important. Make sure that you note down everything. Every question is important. Such questions are asked, student, and they will help you in exam. Next question. Which one of the following has the lowest boiling point, students? These are examples of hydrides of group 15, students. I said one of the question is coming on hydrides. They could be asking the basicity, they could ask the boiling points, they can ask student the bond angles. Anything can be asked. Important question. Important question on hydrides of group 15. Every year there is at least one question. If you will see the NCERT book, there is a table which has been given, student. A table has been given in the book where they have discussed different properties, boiling points, basicity. All these properties have become important. At least one question will be coming. We are already giving you information. What type of questions can be asked? What is our answer, student? which has the lowest boiling point in these hydrides. You have nitrogen, phosphorus, NH3, PH3, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony. Bismuth is not given here. Bismuth is actually this is metallic ionic hydride. They are covalent. They are covalent students. Ammonia, in ammonia, hydrogen bonding takes place. Hydrogen bonding takes place. Actually, the boiling point increased down the group. Except nitrogen is an exception because of the hydrogen bond formation. Nitrogen and hydrogen, they can form intermolecular hydrogen bond. So its boiling point will be much higher here. Then if answer is pH3, it has the lowest boiling point, student. We have to consider different factors could be there, student. More than one factor could be there for an answer, but we have to find which is the appropriate out of all this. If more than one factor is there, then we have to sometimes remember, because we do not know which is overtaking the other. Next question is coming on the screen, student. Next question. Most acidic oxide among the following. Which will be the most acidic oxide among the following? What if oxides, when I discuss the oxides, they can be, student, acidic, basic, or amphoteric, or neutral. You are aware of that. The oxides can be acidic, basic. Which will form the acidic oxide, student? We already know metallic oxide, metal oxides will be basic, and non-metal. And then there are certain elements which show amphoteric, like aluminum oxide, Al2O3, nitrogen, carbon monoxide, etc. They are neutral. So you can have oxide, students. Here, which will be the most acidic oxide? As you go down the group, what is happening? The non-metallic behavior: nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Non-metallic character decreases, students. This is metallic, you already know. So which will be the most non-metallic? Nitrogen. So the nitrogen oxide should be most acidic, but there are two oxides of the nitrogen. They have given N2O5 and N2O4. Now the question is, out of the two, which is more acidic, students? We have to decide one of the two answers. Out of the two, which is more acidic, student? Nitrogen pentoxide or tetroxide? Here nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state. Here nitrogen is in +4 oxidation state. So the question will be, which is more acidic, +5 or +4, students? Which will be more acidic, +5 or +4? +5 or +4, which will be more acidic, students? Higher the oxidation state, student, note it down, important. Higher the oxidation state, student, more acidic. Because what is the Lewis acid? Which can accept electrons, electron pair, student? Higher the positive charge, more tendency to attract the electron pairs. This is +5, this is +4, therefore correct answer will be N2O5. The most acidic oxide among the following is N2O5, student. N2O5. Note it down, students. Note down, each and every question is important. Note down. देखो, how many variety of questions are there which we are discussing? But we are discussing different variety of the questions are being discussed. Student, you should be able to note down each and every point. Anything can become a question. Anything can become a question. Next question is coming. Which of the following has the highest dipole moment? Student, important question. NH3, PH3, how will you decide the dipole moment, student? Is a pair of electron. This is C. PH3. Again, what is happening? There is a lone pair of electron that is also in this direction. So what will be the answer in this case, student? Which is the most electronegative element? Nitrogen is the most electronegative element, students. So this bond will be the most polar bond. So NH bond will be most polar. Highest separation of charges will take place in NH3, student. Therefore, the NH3 will be the highest dipole moment. Highest dipole moment, students. देखो, important questions are being discussed. Pay attention, students. Any question can be asked. Next question is on the screen, student. Correct order of basicity. Very important question. This has been asked 2-3 years back also. I told you the hydrides are very important. I am again and again talking of hydrides of group 15, students. And I said a lot of questions will come. Basic strength, student. Basic, which will be the most basic? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. This is metallic oxide. You know, the basicity depends on availability of electron pair on the element. On element. Here, what you are having? EH3. E is the element. The smaller the size, the more electronegative. Nitrogen is the most electronegative element, is the smallest in size. Therefore, the charge density will be highest in the case of the nitrogen. What we can say, student, the electron density will be highest in the case of nitrogen due to small size. As the size increases, the charge density will decrease, student. Basicity will decrease. So what will be the correct answer, student? Ammonia will be the most basic. This has a lone pair of electron. All have lone pairs of electron. This is lone pair of electron, lone pair of electron. But where it is more available? In the case of ammonia. This will be the most basic, student. The correct answer will be this one, student. NH3, PH3, AH3. See, this is an important question for the paper, has been asked so many times. Next question, student. Which one of the following fluoride does not exist? Which of the following fluoride does not exist? Question was asked in the paper, student. NF5, AS5. Which cannot exist? You already know nitrogen can only form. It has only 2S and 2P. Absence of d orbital. ठीक है? It cannot form pentahalide. Cannot form pentahalide. Which one? Nitrogen. Therefore, NF5 cannot exist. Which will not exist? NF5. Is it clear? All right. We are stopping at this point. Then in the next lectures, we will continue more question answer sessions on inorganic chemistry and other chapters, and try to discuss as many important questions which are possible for the exam. Good night. Then I will see you in the next class.